Welcome back to video number 6 in my video series all about reverse mortgages by yours truly, Gian Carlo Bavaro, reverse mortgage specialist right here in sunny South Florida. And today we're going to be talking about what are all the costs of a reverse mortgage. Want to find out more? Stay tuned. Gian Bavaro, welcome back. So what are the costs of a reverse mortgage? This all sounds great, but what does this actually cost? Let's go over some of the most important costs. I'm going to be going over these costs just off the top of my head, and if I forget something, please forgive me. I'm going to be naming as many of the costs as possible. I'm going to try to list all of them if I can. However, your situation may have different costs from the ones I'm about to list, so just keep that in mind. Let's go first and foremost. Let's talk about, there are some costs that are paid as part of the loan. They're actually rolled into the loan balance, and there are some costs that are paid apart from the loan balance. Let's go over the two most common costs that are paid outside of the loan that are not paid as part of the loan balance. And the first and most important cost is counseling. You see, with any reverse mortgage, you are required to take counseling through a HUD-approved counselor. It typically takes 1 to 2 hours, and it's typically done either in person or over the phone with a third-party HUD-approved counselor. That typically runs from about $150 to $200. Second cost that is typically paid out of pocket is your appraisal. The appraisal is something that the lender orders in order to determine the value of your home. You see, the more your home is worth, the more of a loan you're able to take, generally. And the lower your home is worth, the less of a loan you're able to take, generally. So an appraisal is used to determine the amount of loan you're able to take along with your age and current interest rates. So those are the two costs that are paid typically out of closing. But now let's talk about the costs that are paid within the closing itself. In other words, added to the loan balance. So first and foremost are lender origination fees. Each lender is different, and they're going to have their own origination fees when it comes to your home equity conversion mortgage. So that's the first thing. Some lenders have origination fees. Some lenders do not have origination fees. Some lenders have high fees. Some lenders have low fees. The neat part about working with me and my team is we have access to the top reverse mortgage lenders. We don't only work with one lender. In fact, we work with many. So we're able to shop your reverse mortgage around to get you the lowest fees possible. Okay, so first is the origination fees. Second, fees such as, again, we spoke about the appraisal. There might be a tax service fee, flood certification fee. There might be a small processing fee. And third would be your title fees. Title fees can be some of the most expensive parts of your closing costs. Typical title fees include a settlement charge, recording fees, document stamp fees. So those would be taxes paid to either the city, county, or state for your mortgage, and title insurance fees. You see, title insurance is required when you take out a loan. In case there's any issues with the title insurance guarantees the title in case there's any issues that arise. 4 would be escrow. In reverse world, we don't actually use the word escrow. We use the word LISA. LISA, life expectancy set aside. In some instances, a lender may want you to withhold taxes and insurance from the loan proceeds to pay your taxes and insurance, depending on whether or not they feel comfortable with your financial ability to pay your taxes and insurance every single year. If the lender, specifically if the underwriter, feels that you are able to pay your taxes and insurance on your property every single year, they may not need a LISA. However, if they feel that there's going to be some trouble paying taxes and insurance every single year, they would set aside some money into an account called a LISA, where they would withhold some of the taxes and insurance, and they would actually pay that through the LISA funds every single year for as long as they determine. Now, the last few things I want to mention, if your closing is towards the time of the year where taxes are due, property taxes, sometimes the lender will want to withhold some of the proceeds to pay the property taxes. Here in Broward County, property taxes come out on November 1st of every year. So if you're closing towards the end of the year and the property taxes have not yet been paid, the lender may require that the property taxes are withheld as part of the loan proceeds so that they can ensure the taxes are paid. And last but not least is insurance, homeowners insurance. If you don't have homeowners insurance, or if you're changing policies, or if there's a balance due, the lender would want to collect that. So I tried to name as many fees as possible, just off the top of my head, what I most commonly see go towards the closing costs. Again, each situation is different, and it would be my pleasure to walk you through all the closing costs on a home equity conversion mortgage. In fact, let me just say this, there's one last closing cost that I want to talk about, which is the mortgage insurance. And the mortgage insurance is a set percentage of your loan balance paid to HUD in order to insure your loan. So I wanted to just throw that in there as well. There is no mortgage insurance on proprietary loan products, but there is on home equity conversion mortgage products. If you want to know the difference, feel free to give me a call. My number will be in the description box below. And I thank you again for watching.